you see this thing, that's the Blackbird. The Blackbird is sort of a proxy car that they can configure to perform and drive like any car on the planet. And then in post-production, because of them fancy tracking markers, they can work out the orientation and the placement of a computer-generated car that would ultimately end up in their commercials. Now, the challenge is that when you film the Blackbird, you don't see a real car. So at FMX last year, which is a big computer graphics conference in Germany, Vince, who sort of runs technology for the interactive technology, asked could we work together to put together a method that they would able to load a CG car into Unreal Engine and then use it to visualize the car realistically over the Blackbird. So the Blackbird at the top of it has 4 red cameras that generate a panoramic environment, almost like a VR 360 video environment, and we use it as lighting information to put reflections and actually to put lights and flares and blooms over the car. So that's where it started. After getting some pretty early success, what I felt would be interesting is to see if we could actually do a final commercial piece, like a short film, using the engine and this car rendering technology that we've built over the last few years. And we felt that this would be extremely high-end AR, where you take live action photography for a background and composite the real-time rendered car over the background and make it fit in. We also had to deal with the fact that the photographic plates are shot natively at 3K, so 24 frames a second. The lighting environment is a 4K lighting environment. We end up roughly at around about 1.5 gigabytes a second of raw data having to be fed into Unreal Engine to do this compositing. And yeah, they're being streamed to the engine. We're rendering the CG car, making it optically accurate, adding camera noise so it matches the background plate, and doing all the things you would normally do over many hours per frame in a visual effects movie, but here in approximately 41 milliseconds in Unreal Engine. We felt we wanted to be able to show that a consumer can have a similar sort of experience where they're able to, choose the color of a car and then film it as if they were filming the Avatar style, Jim Cameron style, with a virtual camera. And the Google Tango team were kind enough to offer us a little bit of help in terms of integrated into their SDK. It basically means that we can take a very high-end PC and get ultra high-end, Titan quality graphics into the phone by streaming. And then as you move the camera around, the Tango, which is a 3D depth sensor, is tracking the world and reporting back to the main PC, this is where I am in 3-dimensional space, just like a virtual camera. One thing, we pride ourselves on the engine being physically based and photorealistic. Integrating with live action is the ultimate test. If you can get your CG car to match a live action background in varied lighting conditions, you've got something pretty special. Now, AR's in its infancy right now in terms of the GPUs in the devices. So what we wanted to see is, where would AR take us? What is going to be very, very high-end in the AR in the future? And how can we make sure that our engine is able to seamlessly blend computer graphics with the real world? So it's a way of sort of, projecting 5 years into the future to make sure that we have a foundation for the super AR that we'll see emerge in the coming decade.